Live Alive is now on Steam, so a lot more people are curious about it. The remake released on Nintendo Switch last year and was received very well generally. But what is Live Alive, and how does the game that was originally released in 1994 hold up? Live Alive was an anomaly for the time that it was originally released, enough so that it was not released in English until the remake in 2022. It's kind of a weird game. The way that it plays out is by picking a specific character and going through that character's story chapter. In the original, you are locked into the one character for the duration of the chapter, and in the remake, you can stop at any point and swap to another story. There are 7 different characters to choose from, and they come from a wide variety of backgrounds. Some come from the future, some from the past. It incorporates elements of sci-fi, Twilight Edo-era Japan, and more. If you are hoping for variety, you'll definitely find it. Let's take a look at one specific character to get a better idea of how this plays out. The rotund robot, Cube. When you first join this character, they're taking their first steps into the world of the living. They had just been built. The story takes place on a spaceship called the Cogito Ergo Sum. You spend a little time learning about the environment and are introduced to the crew of the ship, who you wake up from some sort of cryosleep. And not everyone is happy to see you. If we switch back and forth between the original game and the remake, you can see how different it actually is, but they have kept pretty true to the original vision. It will appeal to those that are coming to it for the first time, and to those who have played it before. The game is much more cinematic now, which I find very appealing. There are differences in how the game plays in each separate chapter. In the far future chapter with Cube, there is relatively little combat. In the Twilight of Edo Japan chapter, there's a stealth mechanic. Live Alive has a lot of variance, not only in character and story, but also in the way you play those stories. The combat in Live Alive plays out in a grid-based battlefield, almost like a chessboard. It isn't quite the scale of something like Tactics Ogre or Final Fantasy Tactics, but somewhere in the middle of that and a traditional JRPG. Each character has a variety of abilities, and you have to be careful because some of those abilities may harm your own party. You also have to take care to pay attention to buffs, as they can be quite effective. The system is actually a lot of fun to play with, and there's some good variance between the enemies. That variance is compounded by the large differences in theme for the chapters. I think that the combination of the updated presentation and quality of life has made Live Alive into a game that actually holds up very well. Even the original game on Super Famicom holds up decently well on its own, as a unique premise that very few other companies are willing to gamble on, but it's pulled off in a pretty great way. I'd recommend Live Alive for people that enjoy JRPGs mostly, but people outside that fandom will find something for them here too. If you enjoy short stories especially, you'll love Live Alive.